So the markets are green today. Let's see what's happening in crypto. So after the dovish FOMC meeting, at the very end, live on TikTok, by the way, 7:30 every night UK time until 9, he said these words. Banks are perfectly equipped to hold Bitcoin. We are not against innovation. What? But are we expecting a parabolic rise? Maybe. Let's see. If we look at Bitcoin, we see a nice, lovely pump coming up to this resistance level at 104,700. Now, this follows the dovish FOMC meeting and that little statement that happened at the end about Bitcoin. If we look at the 1 day, we see it's actually starting to break out over that weekly resistance line, which is a very good sign. The volume is increasing, which is also great. But there's one thing I need to tell you. We still have work. See, we need to flip this area into support. Once we get to that area, flip it to support, then the continuation and the expansion of Bitcoin will be quite aggressive. There's still a chance of a bit of a fake out from here to come back down and test this zone and hold it into support. But if that holds, we are having a full-blown continuation in Bitcoin. This analysis works well in confluence with Into the Cryptoverse scanning of the previous alt run. This is where we are. It kind of looks like it is settling exactly what we were thinking about. This aspect here looks like it's around the corner. We look at USDT dominance, which in essence is the amount of money that's in fiat, which are either in coins or out of coins. And basically what we want to see is it going down. The less percentage means the higher amount of people investing into coins. Now, what this looks like is that there is a downward trend. It's somewhat respecting. It's tried to break out a few times, but it's respecting that. This graph formation is a bearish triangle. So we will see what happens when this line comes and tests this level of support. We hope it breaks down. That will be an extreme continuation of the bull run. But what could happen is this comes down, people look happy, everything's looking good, and it could have a final bounce up and retest that trend line. Let's see where this goes. Watch out for this graph. This is very key. If we look at others, which is basically the crypto market minus the top 10 coins, which in essence are altcoins and, the high risk coins, we see this long-term trend line that it's broken out of, coming back and it's testing. What's really interesting is that there's an area of confluence with the 21-day EMA. We hope this holds and this continues up, and that could potentially mean the continuation of the alt season. Now, there is one thing about that which is slightly worrying and makes me wonder that the FOMC was great news for Bitcoin, but alts, I believe, are still going to struggle until there is a key information that comes out. Because don't forget, yesterday was great. It was dovish, Bitcoin, great. But they did reveal something that I needed to change. Is this: they are still reducing the treasury securities. This means still their quantitative tightening. That means the government isn't spending. We need quantitative easing. The government buying assets, issuing treasury bonds for the alt season to really start. So the FOMC was a bit of a mixed bag. It's great in one sense and not so good at the other, but still positive as we move forward. We look at Solana, and it's looking very good at the moment. It's looking extremely strong, and it looks like it has formulated this as an area of support. It looks like it's showing a higher low, and it's formulated that. So this could show the continuation of Solana. Now, this, of course, has levels of resistance. It needs to break through here. It needs to break through there, come back and confirm that as support. If that happens, the next stage where I believe it could potentially get to, it's $400. If we look at Solana on the daily, we can see that there's still work to be done. I mean, it needs to break above these levels, and those levels are somewhat strong resistance. They've tried it there, and several times they've tried to break through it and has rejected quite aggressively. Let's see if it could do it this time. Another notable mention, this was presented in our pro trading group. As you can see here, there's more than 8 different sections. Deep knowledge, understanding where the future is, understanding the market, news as it comes out. And it can be achieved either through the links in my bio or by getting a NFT from the Fat Cat Rage, which gives you a lifetime membership and also gives you a one-on-one with me for me to have a look through your portfolio. Hype has been looking great. We called it at a really good number. This looks like it's breaking out of a key area of resistance. Of course, we need this to break its all-time high and create its SR flip. If we get there and does do this, we're looking at a very, very fast growth from that point on. Watch this very, very carefully. We'll see where it goes from there. So in conclusion, what I will say is that there are good news and bad news and somewhat problematic things in the middle. I like that the Fed is being dovish. I like that they mentioned Bitcoin, which is great, and they were dovish about it, which is a great push for the market. I'm not liking that they're still doing quantitative tightening. I'm still have worries of Donald Trump's tariffs and various inflationary aspects, because don't forget, the Fed will react. If inflation is going up, the Fed will react. And there's 2 key things that worry me on that aspect. One is the tariffs, and the other is the cheap employment going out. Cheap employment going out means inflation. Both are inflationary, and the Fed will react to that, which will cause a dire situation in the market. The last, and also the somewhat still worrying, is this DeepSeek aspect. I know there's rumors about copying and infringement and this and the other, but the fact that it's open source will cause an effect in the markets, especially around the NVIDIA aspect. Let's see what's going on. Follow me on all my socials and also on TikTok. I will be doing this every single day. I'm Alvarez, a 7-figure crypto investor. Like, follow, share, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.